Hey Cadillac fans, if you have a CTS 2014 to 2019, that's the third generation, or a Cadillac ELR, you've got this cup holder in the center console. And it's got these little rubber bubbles and they're a problem. You see, they tend to collapse or start to fall off, or they disappear completely. You can't retrieve them because they've disappeared into the center console. To get this back up to OEM spec, you can't replace those bubbles. It's gonna cost you hundreds of dollars and multiple hours of disassembly of the console just to fix it. But I have a cheaper, simpler solution. I'm gonna tell you all about it, so keep watching. Actually, I really like this design that Cadillac did here. The little rubber bubbles can help accommodate smaller cups, and when they collapse in to fit larger cups, they don't really take up any of this circumference, so you can get the maximum size cup in. But unfortunately, the design just didn't hold up for a lot of cars, and some people have no bubbles at all, just gaping holes in their cup holder, a great place to lose other stuff. Unfortunately, you can't just buy those rubber bubbles, and even if you did, you couldn't replace them because they're installed from the back side. So the only real OEM solution is to buy a whole new cup holder section. Those are $60 to $90 depending on where you get it from, and the worst part is it's 2 to 2.5 hours of labor and disassembly to get it installed. You got to remove the trim around the console, this box here, and the rear AC controls. It's a pain, and if you're not skilled to do that, you gotta go to the dealer. My dealer here at $250 an hour, we're talking about a $600 repair, and honestly, it's just not worth it to me. And that's why I decided to come up with my own solution. These are my little replacement rubber caps. They're made from 3D printed TPU rubber. They're very strong, and they have a nice texture that sort of fits the OEM look and a little bit of grippiness from the rubber material. The best part about these is they're not gonna cost you $600, and they're easy to install without a bit of assembly. Anybody can install these. I'm going to show you how to install these, but first I want to answer a few important questions. Number one, Daniel, why didn't you just make a new bubble shape? Well, I did try a little bit, and unfortunately with 3D printing, it's got some issues and it just doesn't look as nice when you try to make those little bubbles. Not only that, I couldn't guarantee that they wouldn't stay in the collapsed state after extended use. And I tried other designs as well, and what I realized was a bubble or a flap or anything in there just doesn't make enough of a difference. Even small cups with the bubbles move around a bit, and without the bubbles, there's not much difference, and they're not gonna topple over because the cup holder is already kind of small. Plus the bubbles ended up taking up more space, so larger cups just didn't fit as well. These flat ones are still gonna take up about 1 to 2 millimeters of the diameter, so most of your favorite large cups still should fit, but there may be a few that no longer fit. I have not tested these in the hot summer yet, but I am giving a 1-year warranty on these in case there's any issues, but they take at least 200 degrees to start to deform, and you're not gonna hit those temperatures even in the Nevada desert. To get a full set of 6 for $30 with shipping included, you can just contact me directly on Instagram, Facebook, or through the Jet Fuel Only channel at gmail.com email, and I'll get you set up with your own set. Now, let me show you how easy these are to install.
Technically, no tools are required to install these, but I do highly recommend having a paper clip unfolded into a little hook so that you don't lose these when you're installing them, because they could fall through into the console like your other ones did. You can also use an actual 90-degree pick like this one. Whatever it takes, that's what the little hole in the center of the cap is for. The first step is to remove any bubbles that you don't want and that you want to replace with caps, but you don't have to remove your bubbles. You can simply replace the missing ones for now. But if you want to remove your bubbles, they should come out pretty easy. However, some of mine actually took quite a bit of effort to remove, and they're generally sort of glued on at the lower section of the bubble. Although none actually fell off on my 2015, most were loose but holding on very tightly by that glue at the bottom. When you're ready to install the new rubber caps, note that they are oval shaped, so you want to match their shape with the cup holder holes. Position it carefully over the hole and then gently press the retaining edge into the hole. Now you could accidentally press too hard and push it into the console and then you'll lose it. And that's why I highly recommend you start with a paper clip or 90-degree pick hooked into that hole. So in case you do push it in, you can easily pull it out. But once you've done a couple of them, the rest are pretty easy without accidentally shoving it through the hole. Each cap should fit smooth and flush within the curvature of the cup holders.
As you can see, they're pretty easy to install. Even some of my bubbles wouldn't come out, but I'm still converting to this setup because I like it. So again, if you're interested in this, you can contact me via Instagram, Facebook, or jetfuelonlychannel@gmail.com. And if you think this mod is for you, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of future Cadillac content. Thanks so much for watching the Jet Fuel Only channel. We'll see you next time.